The party had already started to thin out. Music low, lights too bright, and Ryan was still hunched over the counter, laughing at jokes that didn't quite land anymore. Almost everyone from the office had gone. I watched him for a second, shirt wrinkled, tie undone, eyes unfocused, glass dangling in his hand, and let out a slow breath. "All right, buddy," I said, lifting his coat from the chair. "That's enough for tonight. Let's get you home." He squinted up at me. "You're solid, Mark," he mumbled, "but I'm good. I can walk." He wasn't. 5 minutes later, I was half dragging him toward my car, his weight leaning on me like a bag of soaked clothes. The cold January air stung our cheeks as I eased him into the passenger seat. I didn't have to do this. We weren't close friends, just coworkers from payroll who exchanged terrible jokes and occasional coffee runs. Still, the way everyone had quietly stepped around him that night didn't sit right with me. Walking away would have been easier. Caring rarely is. The ride was mostly silent, broken only by his drowsy muttering. We pulled up to his place, a modest, cozy-looking house tucked behind tall oak trees. I knocked softly. The door opened to a woman standing there. She looked worn down, the kind of exhaustion that comes from holding everything together alone. But when she saw her husband leaning on me, her expression softened instantly. Thank goodness," she whispered. "I've been so worried." Together, we helped him inside. She murmured that he'd promised he wouldn't overdo it again. I settled him onto the couch, pulled a throw blanket over him, and turned to leave. "Wait," she said gently. I paused. "Thank you," she continued. "You didn't have to bring him back." I shrugged. "It's really nothing. Just wanted him safe." Her eyes shimmered. "It's not nothing," she said quietly. "He's been having a hard time. You might have kept him from something worse tonight." That stopped me. I didn't know. I'm sorry." She shook her head. "You couldn't have known. He lost his brother 8 weeks ago. Since then, it's been long hours and too much drinking." The room felt heavier. Ryan slept peacefully now, the flicker of a lamp softening his face. "He talks about you," she added. "Says you're one of the few people who still treat him like he's okay, not damaged." I swallowed. "He's a good guy, just lost his way." She nodded, tears gathering. "Thank you for not giving up on him. Most people already did." She walked to a small shelf by the fireplace. Photos everywhere. Ryan and his brother, road trips, holidays, frozen laughter. She held one frame for a moment and whispered, "He really needs people like you right now." Then she turned back with a small, shaky smile. "Can I get you something? Coffee? Tea?" "Coffee would be great," I replied. We sat quietly while she poured 2 mugs. She spoke about how life used to feel lighter, about grief, about how sometimes love just means staying when it's hard. I mostly listened. When I finally stood to leave, she walked me to the door. As I stepped into the cold, she touched my arm softly. "You reminded me tonight that kindness still exists. I won't forget that." The drive home felt different, calmer. Streetlights reflected on damp asphalt, and for once, the city didn't feel empty. At a stoplight, my phone buzzed. Unknown number. "Thank you again." He woke up asking how he got home. I told him someone cared enough to bring him safely back. He smiled, a real one, for the first time in weeks. I stared at the message, then typed back, "Glad he's okay. Tell him we've got work waiting Monday." That Monday, Ryan came into the office, looking rough but present, alive. When he saw me, he smiled, a real one. "Hey," he said softly, "thanks for the other night. My wife told me everything." I nodded. "Any time." He hesitated. "I can't keep living like this. I'm getting help." And just like that, something shifted. Weeks later, another message came from his wife. "He's doing better. Therapy's helping. He says you're the reason he didn't give up." I smiled at my phone, feeling that warmth you can't explain when a small act goes farther than you'll ever see. She didn't thank me with gifts or grand gestures. She thanked me by reminding me that quiet kindness still matters. And that is something I'll never forget. Sometimes the smallest act of compassion can change or even save a life. Never underestimate what simply showing up can mean. If this story moved you, please like and subscribe for more real-life moments like this. Comment below, where are you watching from today? And don't forget to share this video. Someone out there might need it.